Michael's grandma too, right? So
Good.
she's in hospice.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and those in Pattern Realm. Today I want to talk to you about the boxed in mindset versus being mindful. And this concept is pretty interesting. It's one that the Lord gave me when I was, for the past couple of weeks, and I've been going through some darkness in order to encourage me. In 1 Samuel 22, David had to flee from the wrath of Saul and hide in the cave of Adullam. And I mean, hiding in that cave, he felt lonely. He felt miserable. No one there to comfort him. So what did he do? He cried out to the Lord. Well, to be honest with you, the past 2 weeks for me have been a bit on the crazy side. Not as good as maybe they could be. And I boxed myself in. Because you see, the adversary loves to box people in that are for success and progress in life. He'll tell people that they have a message and they want to be seen and heard and recognized. Sit down, shut up. So that's mentally what I felt like I was being told. And so I went into a deep, dark depression. I was doing my best to try to stay close to the Lord, but I meandered. But then I started crying out to him. And a couple of nights ago, he says, "You've got a lot of courage coming to me, repenting of all your sins, and admitting what you're struggling with, the loneliness and everything." He says, "So I'll tell you what. You need to tell people about your message, about the boxed-in mindset versus being mindful. Because here's the thing. There are times that we think that we have everything figured out. Well, everything's just doing awesome. I'm in my flow. Don't interrupt my flow. Please, don't interrupt my flow." But life happens. We get knocked down. And sometimes when we get knocked down, we get discouraged. And the adversary uses that to put us in a box, to put us in a cave. And while I was in the cave, it was a terrible thing to try to overcome. You don't, like David, you don't know who to turn to. And so the best person that you can think that you can turn to is the Lord. And I'll tell you something. It's in those moments that you see that you can get courage. Because here's the thing. Once that you're in a cave and you're boxed in, and you realize you turn back to the Lord, He gives you the courage. And then eventually He tells you, step out of the cave. You see, some people get mad and people say, "Well, if life gives you lemons, make it drink lemonade." I'll give you a little secret that you guys don't know about me. Lemons are my favorite fruit. Lemons and limes. And the thing is, I looked up the symbolism of lemons. And you know what? It's a double-edged sword. Sometimes the way out of the cave is a double-edged sword. So you got to make sure you're wielding the right end. And sometimes there's steps out of that cave. Maybe it's one or two. But sometimes it's 1, 2, 3, or maybe even more. but you step out of the cave and you step into the destiny that the Lord has called you into. You step out of that cave. You become who God has called you to be. Is it an easy process to want to get out of that cave? No. Because when we step out of that cave, we know that we still face our battles. But if we go in the strength of He who has called us, then we are blessed. Being mindful of the Lord. For me, it's also being mindful of the covenants that I have made with Him. While I was in a spiritual, emotional cave, I wasn't mindful of that. I just wanted to serve myself. I mean, how idiotic is that? You're boxed in. You're not stepping into what you need to be. But you step out of that cave and you face what you gotta face. Then you get your destiny. Until next time, choose, act, and pursue happiness. God bless you.